West Division. You look at UAB, they are just really good. I have it like UAB, probably a Tech, maybe a Southern Miss, then a UTSA. I just don't think that UTSA is that good. And but yeah, I could easily see them becoming really good. I just kind of think they're gonna get bit here and there, and yeah, maybe that. I'll explain that a little bit. But then basically, this Louisiana Tech, Southern Miss, even North Texas, kind of middle could be anything. And I'll talk about that. Why they basically just have one major question they need asking, and so whether or not they're good or whether or not they're able to answer that question well, will tell us whether or not this team's going to be good, and that'll just kind of unlock everything else. I don't think that UTEP's going to do a whole lot. I think Rice could be very good, and a lot depends again on like one two specific questions. So let's get into it, right? Let's talk. Yeah, where am I? Where will I start? I will start at the beginning. UAB, the Blazers. Bill Clark is excited. He's he's just a good coach, right? And part of being a coach is recruiting and roster management. And I think the rest of the conference doesn't like that he's, that he what, early in the one they're like, wow, if I could recruit 25, 26-year-old players out there without worried about their grades, I would be good too. Said a lot of coaches that kind of thing. They didn't maybe say it, but they kind of hinted at it, right? Um, so they were holding that against him. And then he kind of has the same situation now. He has 12, what do you call it, super seniors coming back. And these are the guys that decided to come back instead of graduating or transferring elsewhere. And everybody about their super seniors said, well, just evidence that our program's really good, and just it just talks about what we're building here. That these guys is real credit to them and to us and to our program. They want to stay around, loyal to their teammates, that kind of thing. Um, but yeah, so what did I ask him that I thought was interesting? I'm looking here. Well, one thing that he had said, right, I think after the win was like the next step is, we've won championship. The next step is for the community to support us, right? Come out to the games, donate, put some, get your name on the wall, that kind of thing. He said he feels like, yeah, the community has supported the team. Like the stadium is great. We're not gonna have any excuses about Logan like we did the past couple seasons, even though what do you say that we led the league in attendance and we had, that kind of thing. But now we got a great stadium. Now we got a great place to come play. And so he's excited about that. And he feels like the community, Birmingham, can take the next step in supporting this team and, maybe just more success, right? Alabama kind of deal. Um, I think a couple of things indicate that this team is going to be good still, even though they won, right? And those things are the fact that they didn't get to play in a bowl game. So a couple guys came back and played in a bowl game. Was it Kobe Ragland was saying that he didn't even get to play in the championship game. Right? He was out for COVID protocols. That the whole apartment complex he lived in was they knew that they won the championship because he was going crazy. Um, but I think there's a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. We didn't get to play in a bowl game. We didn't get to kind of show what we had there. And then also, this is the thing. I didn't know anybody was handing out asterisks for 2020 seasons, but Kobe Ragland was like, yeah, some people were saying it's a should be an asterisk. No, I think it should be an exclamation point because of all the things we had to deal with, right? All the whatever. Um, so I thought that was interesting. It indicates that these guys have a little motivation to get better, right? They didn't feel like, yeah, we're just gonna run it back, win it again. But like, no, we deserved it, we won it, and we're gonna show you why we deserved it and why we won it. So those are the indicators. Second thing, they got a lot of talent, a lot of returning talent. What is it? 9 on defense, 7 on offense. And yeah, they're losing some wide receivers, but I mean, Shropshire balled out in the title game. Their whole offensive line is coming back, and that's a big part of what they do. They have again Tyler Johnson the third. They got Bryson Lucero, a couple guys that played. Johnson the third was huge when it mattered against Rice, huge when it mattered against Marshall, and that's all you need. If I have a criticism of this team, I've tweeted about it and gotten some flack here and there. It's been that yeah, they can't throw the ball, right? They're what are they ninth in passing last year? And everybody, well, we don't need them. it also makes games a lot closer than they need to be. And also, I think that prevents them from taking the next step and beating the Miami, right? Or who else they lose to? Maybe beating Louisiana, that kind of thing. As it is, you travel to Georgia. You play Jacksonville State in Montgomery, um, at North Texas, at Tulane, home against Liberty, which is going to be good. They're pretty good. Um, Florida Atlantic at Southern Miss, which is always tough to travel over there. Rice, Louisiana Tech, at Marshall, at UTSA, tough games, and then UTEP. I sketched it out. I can see a 9-3 season. It's kind of pending, the conference title game. But nine, I can see 9-3 easily. Just I'm like, all right, maybe you lose at Tulane. Definitely, probably, the Georgia game. Mark that one as a loss. I even threw in just because I'm like playing Louisiana Tech. I just feel like it's kind of a rivalry. I don't know. Maybe they lose that one, right? One of those unexplainable kind of games. And they did lose to them last year, right? But if it's not Louisiana Tech, maybe it's the UTSA one. I don't know. It's one of those two. That kind of thing. Um, I still think they won the division, and even just by kind of by default, if you say they did that last year, they were just good. They were a good squad, and when they were not good, that Louisiana Tech loss was tough, and they kind of put them in a weird spot. And I know if you're a UTSA fan, you're like, well, we should have been in there, whatever. They're a good team. They're a deserving team. They're a deserving championship champion. They're very good. Their defense is excellent, and their offense was timely, which is huge, right? Um, they played at Rice, and Rice gave them a good game. They played at Rice with like freshmen and walk-ons, and they won. They pulled out a huge win, got some huge plays from important guys, and then went to Marshall, beat Marshall at Marshall, right? Huge, huge. Give them all the credit. I certainly don't give them an asterisk by that season, but I think that they're gonna come back and kind of do it again. A lot of talent, right? Just very deep. Again, as we saw against Rice, you can't really win with backups and freshmen and things if you don't have talent, right? Drinking my juice. Um, is there anything more to say about UAB? I mean, it's kind of hard to talk about a favorite. Oh, they're sure gonna be good. Let me tell you what. Uh, let's